Hi everyone, it's me, ikale.sunflower. So I thought I'd pop on and do a requested flip through of my latest tarot deck. And this is called the Pastoral Tarot by Lynn Araujo, illustrated by Lisa Hunt. So this tarot deck comes with a bag, which I put the cards in. You get a nice box, and the box comes with a nice pull-out drawer, which I think is beautiful. See that? That's the inside of the box. It's like lavender leaves. And then inside the box, you get the ribbon where you can lift out the guidebook, which I'm going to go through with you now quickly. And again, lavender leaves. And let me just read what it says inside the box. Homespun wisdom and farm to table insights. Isn't that gorgeous? So at the back of the box, it says, Pastoral Tarot explores how a sense of place reveals who we are and where we belong. Honouring the rich pastoral traditions that celebrate the sweeping majesty of the countryside, Pastoral Tarot transports us to bucolic places where we can appreciate the beauty and bounty of nature as we stroll through apple orchards, lavender farms, golden pastures, prairies, woodlands and meadows. Nostalgic scenes of rural life are presented in exquisite historical detail while closely following the traditional structure of Smith-Waite Tarot. Horizontal artwork draws us into immersive landscapes for deep personal reflection into tarot meanings that are readily accessible to readers of all levels. Deluxe set includes a 78 card deck, linen pouch and a 180 page illustrated guidebook, and it's published by US Games. This is the 180 page guidebook. The guidebook is also horizontal, and the paper almost feels like colouring paper. Have a look at the acknowledgements. First and foremost, I am grateful to Lisa Hunt, who not only shared my vision, but was somehow able to take my descriptions and stick drawings and manifest my concepts as magnificent works of art. She truly is the magician of the Pastoral Tarot. This creative odyssey would not have been possible without the generous assistance of her husband, Court Cramer, who scanned and organised all the art files and modelled for many of the drawings. Their daughter Kyra also played a key role, modelling for us and offering valuable feedback. I also want to thank my crew at US Game Systems who supported this project from the very beginning and helped to bring it to the finish line. Thank you for your editorial and design skills, Nora, Jennifer, Fern and Paula. I'm so lucky to have you in my corner and in my life, and thank you, Stuart, for always believing in me. Lastly, I want to dedicate Pastoral Tarot to my mother, Helen, who used to lovingly tease me about my favourite word being bucolic. Then it talks a bit about the Pastoral Tarot. So I'm going to read you the first paragraph. Pastoral Tarot, as the name suggests, takes its inspiration from rich pastoral tradition of arts that honour and celebrate the sweeping majesty of the countryside. Like the poetry, literature and music that creatively capture the peaceful, idyllic life, Pastoral Tarot takes us to glorious places where we can appreciate the beauty and bounty of nature. Join us as we stroll through apple orchards, lavender farms, pumpkin patches, golden cornfields, lush vineyards, woodlands, pastures and meadows. As we make our way through the visual landscape of the Pastoral Tarot, we are beckoned to pause by warm seaside vistas, colourful gardens, and verdant hills and valleys. So it's quite a few pages in the introduction, as you can see. So this is one of the kings. I'm not quite sure what kings it is, and there's a poem there as well. So the cards. Look at that beautiful landscape there. Be good to colour in. So it's got here the major arcana. Just as in classical tarot, in Pastoral Tarot, the 22 cards of the major arcana represent universal archetypes and stages of the journey towards spiritual enlightenment. Though many of the details of the characters and scenes diverge from the traditional Rider-Waite image, the meanings as well as the titles remain the same. It is hoped that the natural, down-to-earth imagery will allow even the beginner tarot reader to relate to the stories being told and immediately grasp the meanings and the messages the cards hold for their own lives. For advanced readers, the new perspectives on the major arcana will hopefully activate their intuition and imagination and enhance the connection one feels when viewing and responding to the tarot artwork. So for each card, you get like a black and white picture, landscape. You get the number, you get the archetype, and you get inner reading. So, and there's no reverse meanings in this book, which is the same because I like to have reversed meanings. So the Fool. With an air of confidence, this young man has impulsively chosen to cross the flowing stream over a fresh fallen log. He has no particular destination in mind. He just puts one foot in front of the other, letting his curiosity draw him forward through the woods. He looks not ahead, but glances back to check on his canine companion, who faithfully follows him on his carefree springtime adventure. All around them, the woods pools with possibilities. Wild daisies and coropisces reflect the Fool's joyful innocence. The Fool shares a spirit of adventure with the creatures nearby. Like the grasshopper, who rarely stays in one place for long, he is always ready to take a leap of faith towards whatever life brings next. The cheerful chipmunks and chickadees are also embody the boldness of the Fool. Though they are teeny, they're intrepid. Nothing seems to deter them as they too venture into the unknown. In a reading, the Fool, his pup, and all the creatures of the forest encourage you to let go of inhibitions and expectations and simply embrace the great adventure that life is. You may have no idea what lies ahead, but have faith that entering unknown terrain can bring more of what your heart desires than you ever even imagined. This card urges you to open yourself to a fresh start by allowing life to surprise you. Life in the moment. You don't need a roadmap to explore new horizons. Spontaneously and curiosity will lead you to where you need to be. Isn't that beautiful? So it does that for each of the major arcanas, which is a black and white picture of the card, kind of like a description of the card, and then an upright meaning. So let's just get to the minor arcana and see what it says there. Okay, so the minor arcana. In Pastoral Tarot, the four suits of the minor arcana are wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. The suit of wands is traditionally associated with the element of fire and relates to creativity, action, and energy. In Pastoral Tarot, we see scenes of commitment, passion, and determination. Caps are associated with the element of water. have to do with feelings, moods, emotions, and sensibilities. The characters in this suit experience the full spectrum of feeling from joy to sorrow. Swords traditionally correlate to the element of air and the realm of the mind and intellect. In this suit, we encounter challenges, struggles, perceptions, and difficult decisions. Lastly, the suit of pentacles correlates with the element of earth and the material realm. Here we deal with work, practical matters, money, finance, enterprises, possessions, physical health, and the environment. So this card here is the Ace of Wands. I'll read it out to you. Ace of Wands. The orange tabby kitten perches high upon the fenced post, surveying the scenes that ignites his imagination. Inspired by the free-spirited butterfly that keeps him company, the courageous kitten dreams of the days to come when he too will set off on his own adventures. He is eager to explore the world around him and confident that he will discover great possibilities for himself. The waving tiger lilies below encourage the little cat to think big. The butterfly wings represent the beginnings of life for the monarch butterfly, who has just emerged from the cocoon and launched himself into new heights. In a reading, when you draw the Ace of Wands card, let yourself take all the energy and excitement it depicts. Now that the seeds of enthusiasm have been planted and you can confidently reap the rewards, especially in the areas of creativity. Like the kitten, you have inside you unlimited potential. You have only to release your power through bold acts of self-expression. Channel your confidence, direct your enthusiasm, and seize opportunities to expand your life experiences. Believe in yourself and you will bloom brightly. It's gorgeous. So that's that for each of the Wands cards. So let's go to the next suit, which will be the suit of Cups. Oh, so the suit of Cups, again, it gives you a picture. It describes the card and it tells you what the card means in the reading. So I'm assuming it does that for the Cups, the Swords, and the Pentacles. So let's just see what else it says after the card meanings. So then it says reading with Pastoral Tarot. So this is a couple of spreads. For each of the following spreads, use the entire deck. Shuffle the cards while focusing on your intentions or a specific question you wish to explore. Lay cards out face up according to the diagrams and illustrations below. So there's a spread here called Home is Where the Heart Spread Is, and that's by Jill Scott. And this is a 6-card spread, and it gives you the positions and what each position means, or the question for each position. The next spread is Stepping Stone spread, and that's a 5-card spread, and again it gives you a question for each position. This is very interesting. This talks about meditating with the cards, and it's called 1 Moment Meditation. You may also use Pastoral Tarot cards for meditation sessions. Fan out the cards and select one that evokes a sense of peace or joy to you. Hold that card in the palm of your hands facing up. Examine the cards and notice the details that prompted you to choose this card. Gently close your eyes and bring to mind the scenes in the cards. Now visualize yourself within this scene, relaxing and letting go of everything else from your day. Let your mind graze across the landscape of the card. As you imagine yourself in this bucolic setting, engage in your other senses. What fragrances from nature do you smell? What sounds do you hear? What textures do you feel around you? As you allow yourself to fully experience this pastoral place, notice what physical and emotional feelings come up. Take a moment to just feel these sensations. Now open your eyes and look again at the card. As you go through your day, let yourself return to your happy place, wherever you need to do. That sounds like a psychotherapy session. You know those kind of breathing classes where you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. That's what that sounds like. I mean, it talks a bit here about how the art was created for the Pastoral Tarot. So this is the artist Lisa Hunt. Lisa Hunt has created and illustrated many decks, including the Winged Enchantment Oracle, Ghosts and Spirits Tarot, Fairy Tale Lenormand, and Fantastical Creature Tarot, all published by US Games Systems. She is best known for her additional watercolour art. Lisa earned a master's degree in interdisciplinary studies with an emphasis on Jungian psychology, art and design. Lisa lives with her family in Boca Raton, Florida. I mean, it's got her Instagram and Facebook handle. And it says here, photo credit by Court Cranner, which I think is her husband. These are the backs of the cards. And then this is the author, Lynn Araju. She grew up in Corning, New York, a small town surrounded by hills, lakes, and lush farmland. She lives in a coastal Connecticut where she enjoys gardening, hiking, I don't know what that is, and hiking with her 2 dogs, and her partner, Mike Lynn. Has worked as editor and communications director at US Game Systems since 2004. She is also the author of Botanical Inspirations, Deck and Card Book Set, Backyard Blessings Inspiration Cards, Dreamway Lenormand. I love the Dreamway Lenormand. And co-author with Stuart R. Kaplan in the artwork and times of Pamela Coleman Smith. That's that nice thick book. So you can follow her on Instagram and Facebook, and it gives you her handles there. I do think I follow her actually on Instagram. So that's it. And again, the back of the cards. And I love that kind of purple spine. Okay, so now let's get into the delicious cards. So I put my cards into this bag because I like my cards in bags. I think they protect them if they're not in the boxes. That's just my own thing. Just take them out of the bag. It's a nice, very nice fit. So the bag, the bag's got like nice lavender on there, and it's supposed to be linen. It's really beautiful. So let's just compare the cards to a regular RWS deck. So as you can see, these cards are a lot bigger, almost oracle in size. But I guess because they're landscape, that you need that kind of space to be able to really delve into the pictures. They're kind of flexible as well, slightly glossy. And as you can see, they are reversible. Do excuse the light on my camera. Oopsie days, let me put them in order. There you go. So you've got the 4, and you can see some Rider-Waite-Smith stuff in there because you can see his dog, and you can see the broken branch, you know, that where if he slips over there he's in trouble. But it's very country inspired. It's a magician. And if I can remember in the guidebook, this parasol is the Pentacles, and all the suits are represented on that easel. But I don't want to spoil your surprise and read it out for you. I like the fact that this deck embraces mature people, because a lot of modern decks don't. They forget about us. Empress in her lovely garden, just sitting down and embracing that nice there. She looks like she's pregnant as well in this one. Wow, there's a lot of mature people in this deck, which is good. It's the Emperor, his ram, 2 rams. The Hierophant. See her books there, so it looks like a teacher in this particular deck. The Lovers. You see the dog there, that could be the Angel, which is in a traditional deck. That's the Chariot. It's got the black and white horses and a haystack. Oh, look at the strength. It's a lion and her cab. Beautiful. The Hermit. It's going out in the wild to explore. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Justice. So you've got the scales there. Take what you need, pay what you can. I like that. And all the fruits, all the vegetables are kind of labelled as well. The Hanged Man is actually a female. She's not even laying upside down. She's laying, you know, sideways. But she is contemplating, pausing and thinking by her facial expressions in that picture. You got Death. It's like a graveyard kind of thing. Beautiful. Temperance. So, you know, she's standing by a well with her 2 cups. So there are Rider-Waite-Smith influences. The Devil. I'm not really understanding this thing because I'm not a country person, so I need to try and understand how this card here relates to the Devil and stuff. The Tower, look at that. So it looks like everything's set alight there in the farmhouse. Wish upon a Star, beautiful. The Moon. This has to be one of my favourite sun cards. You know, you've got sunflowers, which is my favourite plant of all time. Beautiful. And Judgment. So instead of raising up from the coffins that they do in the traditional RWS deck, they're rising up in a paw, looks like. And the World. Just relaxing after an end of a day or the end of your picnic, whatever it is. So you've got the Suit of Wands, so you've got the Ace. Three of Wands. Let's set up that foundation there. This one here looks like more like teamwork, doesn't it? Than well, I guess that these 2 are in a bit of a ruckus, but these 3 look like they're working as part of a team. See the Victory Cup there. Seven of Wands, standing for his rights. Save our farms, farm workers' rights, farm holiday, fair prices, help sharecrops, farm union. So he's standing up for his rights there. I like that. I love his dungarees as well. It's 8 of Wands. This is normally, you know, the fast movement. I can't see it in this picture. I have to read the book. It's 9 of Wands. And 10 of Wands. See all his exhaustions and his facial and body expressions there. So this kind of guy is quite old for a page. Well, in my compass of a page, because I see pages, you know, up until 21. This guy looks more than 21 years of age. The Knight of Page. Sorry, the Knight of Wands. Knight of Page. The Queen. And this is the King of Wands. But I must admit, one thing I am liking about this deck is that there's a lot of mature archetypes, which is nice for me. So I like to see my age in cards, or my age group in cards. So moving on to the Suit of Cups, you've got the Ace. It's lovely well there. Look at that. That looks like a wedding. I love how the Three of Cups is a mother and her 2 children just celebrating a day out at the beach or the seaside. This one looks quite bored actually. Yeah, literally crying over spilt milk. You're not paying attention to those 2 behind that haven't been spilt over. Reminiscing of his child. Look at the choices for the 7 of Cups. Making a sandpit there. I love this around his face. Nine of Cups. She looks quite comfortable, doesn't she, in there? It's like a very comfortable environment. The 10 of Cups. I love that you can see the rainbow in there. It looks like parents and daughter picking apples. You've got the Page. The Knight. Queen of Cups. She looks quite earthy, doesn't she, and down to earth. And the King of Cups. So moving on to the Suit of Swords. Got the Ace. Got the 2 swords. She's got 2 directions there. 3 of Swords. So this is the thorns going into her back. She looks like she's in grief there. I'm sure this snake means something as well in the guidebook. This one's snoozing out in the barn. You can see all the rays of sun over him as he's relaxing there. It's 5. 6 of Swords, very Rider-Waite Smithish. 7. Oh, I love this depiction of the 8 of Swords. Now she's kind of stuck in between a thorny kind of fence, but she can get out of there if she figures it out to release herself. But look at all those sharp edges. This is interesting because I see this as a nightmare card, but this person doesn't. This seems to be relaxed, looking out the window. But then she's on a hard bed or on the window ledge. Interesting 10 of Swords as well. So I'm not really a country person. I'm more of an urban kind of city person. So I'll have to read about these scenes. So you've got the Page, the Knight. Look at that dagger in his hand. He looks like he doesn't play. the Queen. She seems very methodical on her chessboard. And the King. It's got that kind of geezer stance. Beautiful. So you've got the movement of the Suit of Pentacles. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. 3. They're all working together in that house. 4 of Pentacles. 5. 6 of Pentacles. 7. Got that beautiful patchwork quilt. It's a nice, comfortable lady. She looks very, her skin and everything, she looks like she's having a nice life. And that's 10 of Pentacles. That's generations of family. She's got the Page. It's more of a younger Page, but still not that young. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. Beautiful, beautiful cards. So let's just shuffle these cards. So even though they're big, they're not difficult to shuffle. They might look that way because I'm shuffling with the camera face down, but in real life they shuffle just as good as a regular tarot deck. Click, click, click. I love hearing cards shuffle. Okay, so what do I think of this deck? Well, I've only really used it for a couple of days, so I haven't got much of an opinion. But one thing I do like about the cards is the horizontalness of them. You know, because being horizontal, you can really look into the pictures and really, you know, get a nice kind of feel for the cards. I also like that there's a lot of older people here, you know, people I'd say 30 plus, but only in the 40s and 50s. I mean, in my opinion, there doesn't seem to be anybody in this deck, to me, that's under the age of 20 or under the age of 30, which is a good thing for me because a lot of modern tarot decks tend to depict younger people, and I can't really see my generation in there. So I like that fact, because even the Fool looks like he's in his mid-30s to me. It's countryside based. I'm not from the countryside. My parents were, but I'm not. I'm more of an urban girl, so I'm going to have to read the guidebook to try and understand some of the scenes. But it's peaceful. It's got a very peaceful kind of aura around the deck. And if you're a country person, you're going to appreciate this deck, I guess. You know, and it's got lovely greens and kind of country, earthy feels. So again, if you're an earthy type of person, this might be a deck for you. Even though there's not a lot of animals in this deck, I do feel that an animal person may also be drawn to this deck too. I think the only downfall for this deck, though, is the kind of horizontalness of the cards. So, for example, now, they're brilliant for, you know, card of the day, 1 card pulls. But what about if you want to do a spread, like a 9-card spread? I don't think so. Unless you've got a really big table space. For this little table space, for me, I couldn't do any more than 2 cards. You know, but I usually like to do either a 9-card spread or a 10-card Celtics cross spread, which I couldn't really do with this deck. But hey, that's cool. It doesn't matter. It's just a little qualm of mine. And also, the guidebook doesn't have reversals in, which is a shame because I do like to read reversals, because I do think that how, you know, if a card is reversed, it's reversed for a reason. You know, I don't add reverse cards into my readings. I have my cards upright. So if I shuffle the cards and they fall out reversed, to me that it was meant to be read that way. And that's why I like to see reverse readings. But apart from that, it's a gorgeous deck. It's something different in terms of the shape. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely my cup of tea. So I will add links in the description bar as to where you can purchase this deck from if anybody's interested in purchasing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.